Dhyana yoga, or Dhyana meditation technique, is the seventh limb of yoga. And it's kind of a big deal in Buddhism and Hinduism too, as I'll explain in just a moment. If you're into yoga or Buddhism, you really must learn this meditation technique. You may already have heard of it. Dhyana yoga meditation is taught in yoga classes quite commonly. Unfortunately, Dhyana meditation is very often taught incorrectly. Many yoga instructors teach Dhyana meditation the wrong way. We asked our Facebook fans how the yoga instructor had explained Dhyana meditation. 3 of them said they had been told that Dhyana is just another term for meditation. How did your yoga teacher explain Dhyana? Did they explain it at all? Leave a comment and remember to subscribe to our newsletter. There is no such thing as just meditation. Take a look at this guide to the best yoga meditation techniques. Dhyana is right up there with the best of them. Dhyana meditation, which is the seventh limb of yoga, is different to other meditation techniques. Newsflash: Dhyana yoga, the seventh limb of yoga, is not just meditation. If you learn Dhyana meditation technique in yoga class, you probably learned it wrong. The National Institute of Health says, unfortunately, the word dhyana is usually translated as meditation, implying a state of abiding calm. But dhyana requires yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara and dharana too. Here's the point. Dhyana is not just meditation. It is a very specific, very important technique that all yogis need to know how to do and how to do correctly. But no worries, I'm going to teach you the correct way to do Dhyana meditation. Whether you're a yogi, Hindu or Buddhist, you seriously need to know this. BCT tweet equals, all yogis need to know how to do Dhyana. But teachers teach it wrong. Here's the right way. Username equals T_D_meditation, a promise. By the time you've finished this article, round about the same time you're sharing it on Facebook, you will know everything you'll ever need to know about Dhyana yoga. We're going to cover everything. Let's start from the beginning. The origins of Dhyana meditation technique. There's heated debate about the origins of Dhyana meditation technique, which is the seventh limb of yoga. Some believe that Dhyana meditation technique is a Buddhist practice that was founded alongside Buddhist mindfulness tutorial. Others argue that Dhyana was first mentioned in the Hindu text, the Upanishads. In the Upanishads, Lord Krishna advises Arjuna to fulfill his Kshatriya warrior duty as a warrior and establish Dharma. This moment in the Upanishads led to the development of Hindu Dharma. Many historians believe it was in this conversation between Prince Arjuna and Lord Krishna that Dhyana was first mentioned. In that dialogue, Dhyana is a synthesis of other Hindu and yogic practices. That's one reason Dhyana is so important. It's one of the central hub spots, or joining points, between yoga, Hinduism, and Buddhism. And if all three of those religions advocate practicing dhyana, it is evidently an incredibly important technique to number. Dhyana yoga is the seventh limb of yoga as described in Patanjali's 8 limbs of yoga. The 8 limbs of yoga come from the Sanskrit term for ashtanga. The 8 limbs are niyama, rules of conduct; asana, postures; pranayama, restraint or expansion of the breath; pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses; dharana, concentration; dhyana, meditation; samadhi, absorption. Dhyana meditation technique is not just meditation. Important point. Dhyana meditation technique is not just meditation. Dhyana means deeper awareness of oneness. It is a deep meditation technique. When we practice Dhyana meditation, we train the mind to perceive ourselves and the world as one. You might like to read this guide to oneness as it helps to elucidate matters. In Dhyana meditation, the meditator is aware of only 2 things: the origin of consciousness, the object on which they are meditating. This is different to the more common meditation techniques, like samatha, dharana, which are focused meditations. In focused meditation, at least one of the 5 senses is always involved. In dhyana, no senses are involved. Dhyana is the center of consciousness focusing on the object. There is no distinction between the object and the meditator. They are one, and that is one way in which yoga teachers teach dhyana the wrong way. They teach it like samatha, dharana, when it is in fact quite different. Kirsty Tomlinson on Eckhart Yoga explains it like this: while dharana requires us to concentrate on one object, dhyana teaches us to observe it without judgment, without attachment, instead contemplating it in all its colors and forms in a profound, abstract state of meditation. 3. An introduction to dhyana meditation technique. If you want to understand dhyana yoga, you first have to recognize why it is unique. Other meditation techniques are about focus. Specifically, there are focused attention and open monitoring meditations. Click that link for more on this. In focused meditations, we use at least one of the 5 senses. In dhyana, there is no use of the senses. In dhyana yoga meditation technique, the mind is focused on the object of meditation. This is done principally through japa, recitation of mantras, and prayarthana, prayer, though the exact practice varies between different forms of yoga as well as in Buddhism and Hinduism. Many non-Hindus and non-Buddhists do not like to recite mantras. Thanki, mantras and prayarthana is optional, and there are more modern ways that the dhyana meditation state can be achieved. More on this in just a moment. Dhyana yoga is also different to focused meditations because it is pure. When we exist in dhyana, we are not judging or even aware of the possibility of judging, and we are not aware of the distinction between the self and the external world. We are one. It is a place beyond words, which explains the Lao Tzu quote, "He who knows does not speak." Dhyana yoga leads us beyond likes, dislikes and samskaras, imprints left on the mind. Attachments evaporate like puddles in the sun. We step out of jade samadhi, dreamlike state, let go of consciousness and self, and exist as pure Atma, higher self. In this state, we achieve oneness with the meditation object, a oneness based on complete love. This is dhyana yoga, oneness centered on loving devotion. How to achieve dhyana yoga state as described in Patanjali's 7th limb of yoga. Dhyana meditation technique is a loving oneness. Imagine that you are made of 3 points. The first point is the origin. This is the very core from which consciousness stems. It is like the sun. It is the creator. The second point is your mind-body. Here you may be aware of thoughts and feelings. These thoughts and feelings are like clouds that prevent the sun from breaking through. The third and final part is reality itself. If you are meditating on an object, dharana, samatha, this third part will be the meditation object. In a breathing meditation, the third part is the breath. Likewise, in a candle meditation, the third part is the candle. When practicing dhyana meditation technique, we are only aware of points 1 and 2. We are aware of the origin of your own consciousness, and we are aware of the object on which you are meditating. By removing the second point, thoughts and feelings, we put consciousness in direct contact with the object of meditation. This is dhyana meditation, direct oneness with the object of meditation. When practicing dhyana, we are not be aware of the fact that you are meditating, we are only aware of our consciousness and the object of meditation. The differences between Hindu, Buddhist, and Yoga Dhyana. There are slight differences between Hindu Dhyana, Yoga Dhyana, and Buddhist Dhyana. Hindu Dhyana is explained by Sri Krishna in the following way: seated comfortably in a seat neither high nor low, keeping the hands near the body unmoved, control the eye from wandering outwards, fix the gaze on the top of the nose. Control the breath by taking it through one nostril and letting it out through the other and vice versa. Control the senses. Pronounce the letter Om continuously and with deep devotion both while inhaling and exhaling. For Buddhist jhana meditation technique is a deep subject. In Buddhism, jhana is no mind. It is a state of complete equanimity and awareness. Wikipedia tells us. In Buddhism, jhana Sanskrit or jhana Pali is a series of cultivated states of mind which lead to a state of perfect equanimity and awareness, apeki sati resud. It is commonly translated as meditation, and is also used in Hinduism and Jainism. 5. Jnana Yoga, meanwhile, is the seventh limb of Patanjali's 8 limbs of yoga. Jnana Yoga builds on the practice of asana, poses, pranayama, breathing, pratyahara, breath control, and dharana, concentration, and leads to the 8th limb, absorption. In yoga, jhana is complete, pure-minded meditation in which we are not aware that we are meditating. We are one with the object of meditation, and it is a oneness beyond thought and beyond effort. How to do Dhyana meditation, the 7th limb of yoga. Before trying Dhyana, I recommend that you read my guide to the basics of meditation, read my Samatha meditation tutorial, which is the same thing as the yoga meditation. Dharana, have control of your senses through the practice of pratyahara, and have a refined mind through pranayama. Listen, guys. Dhyana is not for beginners. And even though many of us have been practicing yoga for years, we may still not have a lot of experience meditating. So, read those 2 guides above. How to do Dhyana meditation technique. In his book Moving Inward, The Journey to Meditation, Amazon, Rolf Sovik, president and spiritual director of the Himalayan Institute, explains that dhyana is proper meditation, and that it is only possible after extensive practice of dharana. Sovik explains that dhyana is not effortful meditation, but pure existence. As you practice dharana or samatha meditation focusing on an object, you'll gradually quiet the mind and move towards oneness. At first you may experience just a few seconds of dhyana, but this time will increase the more you practice. To increase dhyana, aim to stop trying to meditate and aim for effortless oneness with the meditation object. This will bring dhyana faster and for longer periods of time. It is impossible to force dhyana. Dhyana is a natural evolution of dharana and will come through prolonged practice. That practice will be extremely fruitful. Once we achieve extended dhyana, we find great insight into the nature of ourselves and of our existence. What to do after dhyana meditation technique? Guess what comes after the 7th limb of yoga? The 8th, here's what to do after dhyana. You have already experienced dhyana meditation. There are many times in life when you will already have felt a state similar to dhyana naturally and without effort. It is that feeling of what Buddhists call oneness. If you're a parent, for instance, I'm sure you can vividly recall what it felt like to hold your baby in your arms for the first time. Your precious child took your breath away and removed you from yourself. You felt a true moment of jhana, of oneness, at that time. It was meditative oneness brought about through love and devotion. Love can lead to true moments of the dhyana meditation. When we are truly in love with someone and we make love, we often feel a moment of absolute oneness, as though we have merged. Moments of supreme beauty can also create oneness. I experienced such a moment during the death of my old cat, Tibby. She was 19 when she passed, and I am very grateful that she made it to an old age. She had been weakening. Her old eyes were barely open. My mother and I knew that Tibby was close to death from the sound of her thin and weak breathing and the film over her eyes. Tibby had always been my mother's cat. They spent so much time together. They truly were very close.